Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over nerdy shit. Stephanie is pissed. She'll start the show.
I was really gonna let that be the opening, and you guys messed up.
Let's fucking go.
Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show. We're doing stupid shit.
Great to have y'all here today.
As always, I'm your host, Stephanie Katz. With us tonight, Zach.
Hi.
And Tom.
Hey, yo.
No Peter this week.
No Tom this week. Get out of here.
Bye.
No, but seriously, no Peter this week, sadly.
No Peter.
He's in the process of moving. So
We will not give you his
joining
address. $100 on Patreon. I will give you Peter's new address.
us. You don't even know Peter's new address.
Shh, don't tell them
where'd
that.
you go? We miss you so. Come back to our show.
That was pretty good, actually. I like that. There we go.
We've got our fluffy bitch Bailey with us.
Can you even see Bailey
Hey.
in the camera? Oh.
You're like, what? I'm sorry, Bailey. You go back to sleep. I was just fucking with you.
She's just saying hi. She wants everyone to know she's here now. Hey, Fluffer.
Hey.
You gonna come get in my lap now because his voice woke you up?
She was put to sleep by our soothing.
Voices. Our voices low.
Oh, that's going to be an ongoing joke.
Is this the new do it?
Yeah.
No, hopefully not.
This episode is just going to be us fucking singing low notes.
So we have a lot of news this week coming out of the entertainment district.
We've been watching a lot of shit, apparently.
Yeah, this is the Whatcha Watchin edition. So first things first, Hocus Pocus 2, y'all.
Why is this first? Is it just because you love Hocus Pocus so much?
Didn't it come out on fucking Halloween? That's right.
It's a Halloween movie,
It's
yes.
Halloween, yeah.
It's
Didn't
a
it come
Halloween
out or
movie.
no?
No, this is Halloween 2.
Yeah,
Hocus Pocus 2.
Yeah, is it going to come out on Halloween?
Probably
It's
next
supposed
Halloween.
to come out next fall. It's currently in production. Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathleen Jimney, and Doug Jones are all confirmed returning.
Wait, Doug Jones, like...
He was Billy the
Yeah,
Butcher.
he was Billy the Butcher.
Yeah.
He actually had dust and moths in his mouth in that scene where he coughs up dust and moths.
Yeah.
That was the only way to get it to look right.
That's
Doug Jones is legit.
That's pretty.
That dude, he commits.
Yeah, that was pretty committed.
He was also the Abe
Abe Sapien, he was the
Yeah,
body. He was the
in-
body
in
work
Hellboy.
for it in Hellboy. He didn't actually do the voice.
Right.
The voice was the guy who plays Niles Crane. I forget his name. He's an actor. Where's Peter? I need him to Google shit.
You
Yeah.
have a phone right
Terrible.
there.
No, it's not as good if Peter doesn't do
Niles
it.
Crane.
Oh.
You know who I'm talking about, though, the actor, right? But from Frasier, Niles Crane.
Yeah.
Frasier.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Oh,
remember
what the
his
fuck is
fucking
that
name.
dude's? Now I gotta look it up.
So the
Fucking
way
skinny guy.
that Disney dropped this was on their Twitter account. They just dropped a picture of the black flame candle. And since then, we have gotten some more information. So the Sanderson sisters return to
David Hyde Pierce.
exact their revenge. And 3 high school students must stop them. So it's they're 3 young girls in high school.
No boys in this one?
It is, well, it's unclear whether the original
There's gonna be some lesbians. I'm calling it right now.
Danny,
Putting $1 on a lesbian.
oh God, what? My mind just went blank. The little girl was Danny, and then there was Max and the blonde girl.
Is Zachary Binks going to be in here?
Thackeray.
Zachary?
No, because he moved on to the next life.
That dude's dead.
He's dead?
Like, actually, like, moved on.
he could come back.
He could come back because the only reason he was released the first time was because they died.
Well, yeah, but I don't
Supposedly.
Think, I don't think he's gonna. No, he's not gonna.
Yeah, it's a little. See, I have questions already because
My issue
if
with the
they're
first
dead-
one is that the black flame candle should not have been able to be lit because, then I believe it's set in 92.
early to mid 90s.
Yeah, I can. But I remember specifically in the year that it's actually set, Halloween was on a Sunday, and they do this all on Friday night, so it wouldn't actually work.
No, because it was supposed to be the night that they all go trick or treating, night of Halloween.
Yeah, that was Friday, but they do it on Friday night because they literally are at school. They
What does
literally are at
it's
school.
movie magic? Does it matter?
Yeah, it does, because the whole point is that it's supposed to only happen on a full moon on Halloween, and there wasn't
They
even one
couldn't
in that
actually
year.
do it on Halloween. Then the Sandersons would come for real. Duh.
But they did come for real.
Didn't you see the movie? I'm pretty sure that was a documentary.
Pretty sure that was really coming for real.
You guys
But-
are so stupid.
But actually, I believe this past year was the first year that it would have been able to happen again, because the full moon would have happened on Halloween.
They fucked
Did
it
they
up.
need a full moon? I thought it was just a virgin needed to light the candle.
On a full moon, on a full moon, I believe.
Mhm.
I think there was something about a full moon in there. Definitely was. Pretty sure. On Hallows Eve. On Hallows Eve.
Anyway, I'm excited.
Oh,
Although I
I'm-
have questions.
Oh, excuse me. I'm really glad that they are actually bringing back the full cast. Though,
Or
the nice part about it is Sarah Jessica Parker will actually look like a witch in this one. Boom!
Ouch.
rude,
Horse-faced witch.
rude.
And Bette Midler will still be a goddess.
Don't get me wrong. You
Love
know,
Bette Midler.
The divine Miss M.
You know, when Sarah Jessica Parker was at that age, she was pretty cute.
Oh, no, you in that movie?
Yeah.
That was the last time she was hot.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, seriously. She got her nose fixed for Sex and the City, and it really just it fucked up her face. I'm sorry. She's actually a pretty decent actress. Supposedly she's a nice person. I don't know. I've never met her.
Apparently, her and Kim Cattrall did not get along,
That I believe.
which is why Kim Cattrall is not coming back to the HBO reboot of Sex and the City.
Well, they're rebooting Sex and the City too. That's not on the
See,
list.
I
We're not
don't-
talking about that. That's not on the list.
This is an aside.
I don't necessarily know if it's being reboot or they're just kind of sort of picking up where they left off, but I know that.
Well, they shouldn't have picked up after that second movie. I don't know if y'all saw that.
Yeah,
If you haven't, don't.
I
It was
own-
bad.
I own it.
It was bad. It's bad. It's not good.
It's all right.
I haven't watched
It
Sex and the
wasn't
City, so I
terrible.
really don't care.
They really ruin a lot of the character development that happened from the first movie. They
That's
moved
true.
on. They moved on a lot of things, and they basically all just regressed, and it was really kind of sad, honestly.
Yeah, but the first one didn't have Aiden, and we all wanted Aiden.
I guess I'm not a Carrie. I don't know. I think I'm more of a Samantha. I think.
So you're the whore of the group.
No, not that one. Who's the uptight brunette?
Yeah, Charlotte.
Yeah, that's the one. I'm a Charlotte.
I'm definitely a Carrie.
Oh, you're definitely a Carrie.
I'm a Samantha.
No, he's the redhead. Who's the redhead?
Miranda.
Oh, you're definitely Miranda. Kind of an angry bitch. You give off lesbian vibes.
She is a lesbian in real life.
Not in the show. In the show, they're all kind of whores, but Samantha's the biggest of the whores.
She just likes sex.
All right.
It's not a problem.
Here's how it is. Samantha. Here, all right. Let's equate them to Ninja Turtles.
Oh, Jesus.
Samantha would be Michelangelo. Leonardo would be Carrie.
Okay.
Donatello would be the brunette. Charlotte. And Miranda would be
Raphael.
It's 100%. It lines up. It's the four humors. It lines up. It's a thing.
Well, you're not completely wrong.
No, they do that in a lot of media. It's so that you can, as a human being, you can
Relate.
You can
Identify
relate.
with one
You
of
can
them.
identify with one of the character archetypes.
Yeah.
That, or they just make them so boring and completely useless to the story that you can just insert yourself and pretend you're there. That's why nobody
no.
says their favorite Harry Potter character is Harry Potter. Nobody chooses Harry Potter. Who's your favorite Harry Potter character? You ask anybody. Nobody goes, "Oh, Harry. Harry's my favorite."
It's just like Twilight.
Exactly. Nobody ever says Bella's my favorite.
Yeah.
They're like, "Oh, I'm Bella in the story. My favorite is Edward."
Team Jacob, bitch.
Hold on, Spider Monkey.
Yeah, no, I'd still like Team Edward.
Can you grab that?
I'd rather
before
still
she-
be a shiny vampire than a fucking dirty wolf.
I'm actually team guy who almost hit Bella with a car. I almost bought that T-shirt. I swear.
Oh my god! So we went and saw the Eternals.
That's a good roundabout. Thank you for taking it back.
That's a segue. Have I ever heard one?
So-
That segue was about as useful as the guy that actually owned Segway that drove his off a cliff and landed 20 feet down on the cliff in the water and died.
So the critics rated this worse than Thor: Dark World. Dark World was rated 66%. They only gave this a 49. However, the audience rated it 81, and I I'd stand by that.
I think the critics hit a little too hard. I don't think they actually know what people want to see in movies anymore. That's why I don't trust any critic scores anymore.
They've lost touch.
It's sad. That's why Rotten Tomatoes even put in there now the audience score on top of the critic score, because they're like, yeah, this is what the critics said, but this is what people who actually saw the movie have said about it.
Hello?
What the fuck was that?
There's an alert on my computer.
We're alerting.
Oh.
We got alerted. But it should be back up by the time you see this. But actually, we got to do a really cool thing last Wednesday. We got to go to a early screening of Eternals.
I think you would actually really enjoy it.
Is something wrong with her butt?
No, it's just her butt.
God, you got a weird looking butthole.
Why are you looking at her butthole?
She was winking at me.
Hey, buddy.
Seriously, she got a weird looking butthole. Did you see that?
I think you would enjoy it.
Not that.
I think you would enjoy her butthole. Look at it. Is this weird? Somebody. Who's a vet?
Doing to my poor cat.
I need a vet to look at this.
She was just at the vet.
We're not drunk. We're okay.
Did the vet say something about her weird butthole?
No, he said that she was in perfect health.
Yeah, but did he check out her weird butthole?
Oh my god.
She's in perfect health.
Anyway,
Why are we on buttholes? We were talking about the Eternals.
Well,
'Cause
speaking of
it's like
buttholes, speaking of buttholes, there are a couple of buttholes in that movie.
I really enjoyed the complex family dynamics that were going on. I think that the character development within those dynamics, except for Sprite, really paid off. Sprite was just an annoying little fucking...
No,
shit.
that's the Celestials' fault that she was an annoying little shit, because they basically stuck an immortal human being, an immortal being inside a
Child.
11-year-old, and never gets to grow up, but has to constantly be 11 forever.
I guess they did that so they could have somebody who would be
A little bitch, yeah.
a child
Some Peter Pan looking
to be
motherfucker.
able to get into things and do stupid shit.
Now, I will say, Kamil Nanjiani looks like a fucking beast in this movie. He got yoked
And
like
he's
nobody's
apparently
fucking
kept
business.
it up.
Got yoked. You're like, all right, good for you, dude. And still funny. He's still actually probably he's still probably the comedic heart of this movie.
I think
Actually,
he was my favorite character.
his attaché is the best part of this movie. He's got like a dude that's just been following around for like the last 50 years. He's basically got like his vampire thrall kind of thing like that going on. Like the guy knows. He's like, yeah. So like he's told him like all the secrets. He's like, oh yeah, just don't tell anybody. And he goes, okay, cool, no problem. He's like super Indian. It's great.
I think him and Festus were my favorite.
He's a gay black nerd. He fit a lot of stereotypes. We did watch this movie with an African American gentleman, and when they came out,
Friend of the show, Dion, actually.
yes, Dion. You guys know Dion. You've seen him before. We saw Dion was at the same screening. She didn't even notice him until I sat us next to him, and then
And I'm the one that sent him the link for the free screening.
didn't even notice him. So I'm walking up. I'm
I sent you
like,
the same link.
I was working.
so I walked up, and I'm like, oh, that's Dion. I'm gonna sit us next to them. She sits next to Dion in the theater, and then doesn't even realize she's sitting there. Got her face, literally has her face in a bucket of popcorn. She had her hands were full, and she wanted popcorn.
So I was just
like eating out of a feeding trough on this bucket of popcorn.
Can you lick your ear?
Feeding trough.
and Dion just leans over and was like, "Hello there."
And she goes, ah, wait, I know you. She was a little scared because I think she's a little bit racist.
So rude.
None of that last part is true.
You're such an ass. A strange person that I didn't recognize was in my face, and then I did recognize them, and it was okay.
Like I said, none of the last part that I said was true. She did jump a little bit. Luckily, did not spill our popcorn.
I got spooked.
Like I said, luckily did not spill our popcorn.
It was number one in the box office this weekend, coming in with 161.7 mil.
That's respectable. I will say, honestly, visually really good. Soundtrack was freaking solid. The soundtrack was great.
Yeah.
The cast is obviously just balls to the wall insane. They have literally everybody in this movie. Salma Hayek's in it. Angelina Jolie's in it. Kit Harington's in it. Actually, the main, I guess the girl that they follow the most, her name is
Cersei.
Cersei.
With an S, not a C.
Yeah. she's pretty cool. And I mean, all their names with the Eternals, all of their names are basically, well, actually, technically it's
Based
supposed to be.
on myths.
Technically, it's supposed to be that all of our myths are bastardizations of like their names and their powers and stuff like that. So there's Athena, not Athena. Drop the A. Her name's just Athena. Then there's Mercari, who's Mercury. She's fast. Athena is a great warrior. She's like their weapons master. Festus, which obviously gets bastardized into Hephaestus, the smith of the gods. He's the nerd. He builds all their shit. It's cool stuff. They have Ajax. Ajax, great warrior in Greece. Actually, I guess technically, I think that was a Persian. Ajax was a Persian warrior because Ajax defeats all of Greece. That's why Ajax soap is called Ajax soap. It's because it's tough on Greece. Swear to God, that's a real thing.
The more you know.
But just so y'all know, it's a real thing.
Icarus.
Icarus.
They just
Yeah.
call him Icarus.
Icarus. He can fly, and he shoots laser beams from his eyes. He's the dude that flies and shoots laser beams from his eyes. In the trailer.
Superman.
Pretty much, yeah. He's the most powerful of all of them.
Superman.
And there was
There's
Drugo? Druig?
Druig. I don't know what he does, but yeah, he controls people's brains.
Oh.
Yeah, but I don't know who's based off of him. I don't know what myths are based off of him, but he was weird. Then they had Gilgamesh.
Mm-hmm.
Straight name on that one. Gilgamesh is great. Look up the histories and the myth of Gilgamesh. He's basically the Middle Eastern's version of Hercules and Noah wrapped up into one. It's pretty baller.
Sprite.
Sprite was weird.
And
Got illusions and stuff like that.
Loki.
Pretty much, yeah. Trickster god kind of thing like that.
and the dude that Kamil played.
I
Kugo?
keep forgetting his name, but he shoots like lasers out of his hands. He's cool. I liked his powers. His powers were baller.
I think it's like King Kugo or something.
Yeah, something like that. I like Picard.
And there, I won't tell you what they are, but if you do go watch it, there are 2 end credit scenes. So
Yeah.
So we're not doing spoilers on this one. Is it still too new? Is that what we're saying? No spoilers.
well, I really want Tom to go see it because I really think he would enjoy it, and I don't want to wreck it for
The
him.
second end credit scene, I don't think it wrecks.
Okay.
The second end credits, because everybody already knows that Kit Harington was basically he's going to be playing the Black Knight, which is a great character. Love him.
Mm-hmm.
But so he shows up in the movie, but he does not have any moment of honestly any badassery of it whatsoever. He's in the very first part of the
This
movie,
is
and then
like
he's in the
his-
end credit scene, basically.
Like how they're sliding him into the MCU
Yes.
was through this movie.
So
And
he shows up with the ebony blade at the end, and he's about to pick it up and become the Black Knight. And some off-screen voice goes, "You sure you're ready for that?" And the off-screen voice is motherfucking Blade. Because the Blade movie's coming, so theoretically the Black Knight's going to be the new Blade movie. And with the next thing we're talking about, Morbius, probably going to connect all of those at the same time, because Morbius definitely hooks up with Blade. Well, not actually, I don't think he ever hooked up with Blade, but
well, I don't know if you saw, but Vulture is definitely in that trailer.
yeah, I'm pretty sure that is definitely supposed to be Michael Keaton as the Vulture. Yes, I'm Batman. But
Tom
so
has a thought. I can see.
they're
it.
bringing all this together because Venom is definitely 100% already connected to I haven't seen the second Venom movie, but supposedly the end credit scene in that connects him to the actual MCU Spider-Man's stuff. So Venom is going to be
so
showing up.
Sony and Disney are playing nice
Yeah.
for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. Venom is going to show up theoretically in the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie.
So they're gonna.
They're building a Sinister Six. They're building the Sinister Six.
Did they kind of play into who's gonna play Blade?
That's already confirmed.
Yeah.
I can't remember the guy's name. Like that movie's already in production.
Who's it first? Like Wesley Snipes, right?
It is not. Yeah, well, it was Wesley Snipes. It's not going to be
Why?
Wesley Snipes anymore.
He was a badass.
I didn't.
In about 20 years, he could still act.
He can still act. I don't know if he can still act as Blade. There's a new Blade movie, Marvel. Blade. The plot is unknown at this time. The only person that is confirmed is Mahershala Ali as Blade. And I don't know what else he is in. He was apparently in Luke Cage or something.
The Netflix one?
Oh, he plays Titan in Invincible.
Oh, there you go.
He's in True Detective. He's in... Oh, he played Uncle Aaron in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He plays the guy that...
Did you see Into the Spider-Verse?
Is that the
animated one?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He plays the guy that's
the evil uncle?
The evil uncle, yes.
Yeah, okay. I can hear his voice now.
What else is he in? Hidden Figures. Apparently he was in that.
That was supposed to be really good.
Yeah, he's in 6 episodes of Luke Cage. He's in a lot of... He was apparently all throughout House of Cards. And he was in the Hunger Games.
Oh, was he the security guard in House of Cards?
Remy Danton. I didn't watch.
Yeah,
he was Remy.
Yeah, he's Remy.
Yep.
That wasn't the security guard. He was the was he like a broker or something? Like an information broker.
He was Remy.
But Remy's cool.
Did either
cool.
of you see who else was in Morbius?
Jared Leto.
Well, he's the star character, but Matt Smith is going to be in it.
Yeah, I did see that.
Matt Smith.
Yeah, he plays Loxias Crown.
I don't know what that means.
Is he like trying to? Is he
I don't know
the
who
bad
that is.
guy who's trying to?
He's got to be the bad guy. He's got to be the bad guy then,
I
right?
don't know. I'm not
Oh, I'm excited to
familiar
see
enough.
Matt Smith as a bad guy then.
I'm not
bet he
familiar
can play
enough with
bad guy
Morbius,
really good.
and our comic book expert is not here right now.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar.
I'm not familiar with Morbius.
The only familiarity I have with Morbius is from the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. Morbius is kind of a douchebag in that, honestly. He's the rich spoiled kid that gets jealous with Spider-Man and basically creates his own Spider-Man formula stuff like that. Well, he irradiates like how Spider-Man gets bit by a radioactive spider.
Mm-hmm.
He gets bit by a radioactive bat, but he does it to the bat himself because he's got this weird blood disease, and then it turns him into a weird vampire dude.
Well,
Then he
that
goes
seems
around
apparent
around
in-
accidentally murdering a bunch of people, and Spider-Man has to beat him up a couple times. His girlfriend gets sad. Then he goes off and fights vampires with Blade. It's pretty cool. I don't think there was nearly enough Blade in that Spider-Man cartoon because he is a badass in that cartoon. He rides the motorcycle around everywhere and just fucks that shit up.
So he's just a plasmavore, but
He's
just not a demonic vampire.
He's
then.
not a true vampire because he got his powers by being bit by a radioactive bat.
In the movie, I don't think the bat is radioactive, though.
I think it is.
I think like maybe he irradiates his body and then the bats get him.
I
and
think
then
he
a bunch of weird shit happens.
He does some weird shit to himself.
Yeah.
And also in the cartoon, the only one I've seen, he's still a student at school. In the new movie thing here, he's actually a doctor.
Yeah, but when you see him like in the trailer, you know, he like cuts his hand. He's like, "If you want to run, you better run now." And then like all these bats come out.
Yeah, I think he did
that's
some
probably,
weird shit to himself.
The transformation scene, you know.
He did some weird shit to himself beforehand. But Jared Leto, obviously playing a weirdo, always does a pretty good job. Sometimes he goes over the top. That's why people didn't like his Joker.
I didn't think his Joker was too bad.
I didn't like the look of it. I didn't like his look, but his acting for it was great.
Yeah.
But also he was severely unhinged and apparently made his co-stars feel extremely uncomfortable throughout the entire filming of that.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, most of the time, most of those guys who do those roles do. They have to be unhinged.
Or they
That'd be a
become
little weird.
unhinged. Hell no. Even Jack Nicklaus gave the advice to Heath Ledger. He's like, hey, watch yourself with this shit because it fucked me up from playing the Joker.
Yeah.
And guess what? It fucked Heath Ledger up a little bit too. Well, a lot of it. R.I.P. Sad. Anyway, but yeah, I saw Michael Keaton in that trailer. Seems interesting. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they're setting up some Sinister Six shit, and it looks like it's going to be interesting.
Well,
And they're taking their time to do it, unlike they did
Have
with
you
this
seen
amazing
the-
Spider-Man trilogy that they were making there.
They just released the final poster for it, and so it pretty much confirms Sinister Six. I'll put it there.
I have not seen this
Oh,
poster.
wow, I have not seen this poster. It looks
I-
really nice. Look at it. That's pretty cool.
Oh, you should pull it up right now.
What are you talking about?
Interesting.
Yeah, I'll do that. We're already good. Moving on.
But you can see.
It is confirmed, though, that the 1978 live-action Amazing Spider-Man TV series, that guy that plays that Spider-Man will not be in this Spider-Man movie. Dr. Octo Octavius. Did I just say Octo? It's Dr. Otto Octavius.
Damn bit.
Or if you're Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, Dr. Olivia Octavius. Dude, she was pretty good. Actually, I liked that.
Was she worse?
No, she was fantastic.
No, I mean like worse as a
like-
villain, like super bad.
No, she was.
Okay, here we
she
go,
was
here we
better
go.
as a villain.
Okay.
Is what it
So
is.
you've got
She was-
Doc Ock,
Yeah,
right?
you got it.
Doc Ock, Green
Yeah.
Goblin, Electro.
Zoom in on that. I can't see that.
He's like super far, but he's back there.
Oh, that is definitely Goblin.
Yeah.
He is on the glider.
And then here's the electricity for
lightning, yeah.
Electro.
That makes
And then
sense.
you got the sand for
Oh, is Sandman going to show up? Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Vulture?
still in jail.
Where's Vulture and Rhino?
But you
Those are
won't-
the other two for the
that's-
6.
That's 4 right there.
That's 4 to the 6. I'll give you that.
Hmm.
We need Vulture and Rhino. That's the only other 2 we need. Honestly, I would be excited if they actually brought Paul Giamatti back as the Rhino from the Amazing Spider-Man universe
original one?
ones, because he was great in the 2 minutes that he was in that, because they tried too hard, too quickly to get the Sinister Six in there. And I do like in the Spider-Man's the origin story change for the Vulture, because in like the comics and like the original cartoon, it's some weird shit. He's like a super creepy old man and basically siphons the life energy from young people in order to become the Vulture.
Yeah. And so I
That's
mean
weird shit.
the only
Michael Keaton, though. Batman.
because Rhino isn't confirmed, so Rhino's the only one that we don't like, or the 6 is the only one we don't know about because
Again,
Vulture's already been introduced.
It would be amazing to have Paul Giamatti come back, because that would mean they would have. I don't know who they're gonna have be Sandman though.
The same guy?
It's rumored that that guy and Jamie Foxx are both gonna come back.
Yeah, same.
Rumored.
Okay,
Nothing
so
confirmed.
because
Pretty
Alfred
smart.
Molina is definitely coming back, and Willem Dafoe is guaranteed to come back. So that would be 3 from Tobey Maguire's. That would be, and then it would just 3 from Tobey Maguire's movies. So that because that would Doc Ock, Green Goblin, and Sandman. It would be those 3 guys, and then if they have the Vulture, that's only 1 from Tom Holland's movies. If they have Electro, that's 1 from one from Andrew Garfield's movies. Paul Giamatti, I'm just saying.
Guess we're gonna have to wait
It
and
would
see.
make me very happy.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then hopefully, hopefully Venom shows up.
That'd be cool.
I like Tom Hardy too. Lots of Toms though. There's too many Toms. Why are all the Toms playing Spider's Man?
We're just that good.
I mean, all the Chris's were in the Marvels.
Yeah, Chris's Pratts and Evans and
There was a Zach in Hocus Pocus.
you're not. It's not accurate. Is the only issue. Speaking of creepy things that I want to punch Tom for, what
We
about
got
this
the
new Resident
trailer
Evil?
for Resident Evil. Welcome to Racoon City, which the trailer is
Raccoon.
creepy. Raccoon.
Racoon City.
Welcome to Racoon.
Welcome to Racoon City.
Trailer's creepy as fuck. I have many questions.
That doesn't seem creepy. It seems like
They creep me
Resident
out.
Evil.
It seems still pretty Resident Evil-y.
mean,
It doesnn't seem quite as cheesy as like the last 3 movies for the Resident Evil franchise.
Well, this one's,
True.
I'm guessing, supposed to
Not-
be darker and more serious.
Like I said, not quite as cheesy. It seems like they're trying to bring it back to like the first and second movies, because those were actually like legitimately creepy and honestly pretty good.
Yeah, the first Resident Evil was pretty legit.
But is it really a Resident Evil movie if you don't have Mila Jovovich in it?
Yeah, I mean, because
I know.
in all the other games, there was multiple people
I know.
on multiple
But
things. So.
is it really a Resident Evil movie if it doesn't have Mila Jovovich in it?
I don't know.
Ooh, maybe she'll make a cameo.
Yeah, she might make.
That'd be great.
She always makes a cameo in most of them, doesn't she?
I love her. She's great. I love her as an actress.
I
she's
watched
sad.
like the first 2 and that was it.
She was in both of those.
Robbie Amell's in it. That's
Then they proceeded to make like 4 more.
But yeah, I don't know if they're following because they kind of mishmashed characters from different games into the.
Yeah, they're probably
movie.
just trying to.
I'm not sure what kind of lore they're doing. Are they just? I think they're just trying to do like this is like Umbrella Corp and this is Racoon City. This is like the
Here's
thing.
3 games in one.
Here's all these cool characters that you've liked. They're gonna shoot people in the face.
Yep.
Ready? All right. Break.
Sweet. Speaking of.
Break. Shoot him. Oh,
House.
no. That's a bad segue, but it's a good segue, but it's a bad segue.
I stopped myself.
Out of just that trailer, just the one thing that I didn't like about the trailer was, get out of our
this
city. Yeah, or of
No,
our
get
town.
out of
yeah.
this town.
Yeah, but it was
Oh,
like
it
so
was bad.
monotone
It was
and
bad.
just bad. But yeah,
I think
people,
the problem is I think you actually do need to use that segue because it does fit perfectly. I'll say it for you so you don't have to be the bad person. Speaking of shooting people in the face,
Yeah.
because of that incident on the set of Rust,
Yep.
Dwayne Johnson has banned guns on all of his movie sets for any of the things that are done by his production companies.
Yes.
$7 Productions. He plans on using rubber guns to fix and post.
And he
Fixing it.
apparently he's saying it doesn't matter what the cost is, it's not going to happen on his production, even if it has to come out of his paycheck. Basically, I think is what's going on there.
I just think it's and don't get me wrong, like what happened has been and was a tragedy. So I mean, it's happened more so than not, but they use blanks for a reason, and they use them to make the action look real of the actor shooting, because nothing's gonna scream fake gun than someone going.
Yeah, no. The reason you use blanks is because they've tried it with rubber ducks before, and the motion is never correct because most of the people who, no offense to most of these actors, none of them really use a lot of guns, so they don't actually know what it looks like.
Right.
And even somebody like me or you who has shot a lot of guns, I'm still not on screen. It's not going to be the same, and it's not going to be accurate every time, so it's going to look different, and you're not going to be able to fix all of that in post.
I mean, at the same time, shit, my gun's right there, and when it comes down to it, if you guys were to touch that gun, you would assume that it's probably loaded. It's probably ready to go.
I guarantee it's loaded.
It is
And
loaded.
that's gun safety
But-
101 is you assume.
Right. You assume that there's something in the gun, no matter what.
I'd pick it up and point it in my mouth and pull the trigger right away. Yeah, that's what I do.
I would just pull the trigger.
No.
No, you're not doing that. When you pick up a gun, you're not ever gripping it fully. You're always pointing with your finger, never be on the trigger, that kind of thing.
Trigger discipline. Very
Yes.
important.
Yeah. Take your booger hook off the bank switch, that kind of thing.
Thank you.
Yeah, but
Never point the pew pew at something you don't want to die.
yeah.
Well, I mean, from what I understand of the incident, and I believe they're still investigating, but it was a misfire. I don't believe he actually was.
Well, no, it was a misfire, and there was the ball was dropped on from so far in this investigation. The ball
there
was
shouldn't have been a live round in that gun to begin with.
Well, blanks can even harm. If she was close enough to a blank and that blank went off.
and that's what it was. It was a blank.
Yeah, it could hurt her because
It's
happened.
still technically a live round because
Yeah.
it does have gunpowder in it, but it was a blank. It didn't actually have a bullet in it, but there is stuff on the end of a blank that's what makes the flash come out on the screen, and that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
And they add extra flash in post, but it really is. It's mostly for the reason they use the blanks and they use those guns is mostly for the motion of the actual gun, so it looks right when they're shooting it.
Right.
Or else you have people going bang 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 bang, and it's like and as an actor, even as much as you can do, you're never going to get it right.
Yeah, you're never going to be able to just mimic a gunshot
Not
moving
perfectly.
fast.
Not
It's going
perfectly.
to look like you're just.
It is weird to hear that The Rock doing this though, because can't remember the last movie he had that didn't have a gun in it. The Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, that was good.
That one didn't have a gun in it.
No, I thought he was a.
He was a tooth fairy.
Yeah.
He was literally a tooth fairy. He had a wand.
Yeah.
No guns, I don't think, in that one. I don't think there was one of them.
Was there one in the jungle whatever thing?
Jungle Cruise? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He shot a bunch of guns.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what movie he shot a bunch of guns in? It was fantastic. The Rundown. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah.
With Sean William Scott?
Wasn't he in fucking what's that?
He's all in the
movie?
Fast and Furious.
Wasn't like that. Yeah, the Fast and Furious. That's definitely gun control city there.
Well, I mean, from what he said is that they're banned on. He's banning guns on stuff his production company is working on. So I don't know how that's gonna go. Like when he's in other movies, not
Well, yeah.
produced by.
No, but seriously, have you seen the rundown? Here's the coolest scene ever. When he takes the 2 shotguns, throws them under his armpit, pumps them both like that, and then takes them out and blows 2 dudes away. It's fantastic. It's a great movie. If you haven't seen the movie, it's fantastic.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Is it a nice thing to do as a
Oh no, I think
thing? Yes, but
I think it would be easier to teach proper gun control
versus anything else. And I mean, you're going to spend more money on your production. I'm not trying to be a dick about this, but you're spending more money in production to virtue signal that I'm not going to use guns, even if it's blanks,
than to actually teach people how to properly use weapons
and train them to actually use the weapons properly and say this is a weapon. It is meant to kill, and using this is not good for you to point it at people.
Keanu Reeves did John Wick, he went through an entire actual gun safety. He is certified.
He actually does 3-gun competitions now because he got so into it. He learned how to do it properly and started to enjoy it. And he saw how much fun a properly controlled gun shooting environment can be. Mm-hmm. And he actually does 3-gun competitions now, and he's pretty fucking good at it too.
He's phenomenal. And if you look at his videos, it's him practicing gun safety. And I guarantee, if you brought him on
his
set,
gun safety is amazing.
If you brought him on set, he would be pointing it down.
His trigger discipline is beautiful. It's wonderful.
Like he would never point it at you.
He was doing there was even something like I saw. I can't remember where it was, but it was a video. And it was like him. He was playing with like his kid's Nerf gun, and he's sitting there with the gun off the trigger, holding it against the chest. He's like, yeah. But it's habit now at this point, and it was just hilarious because it was like an obviously fake gun.
Yeah.
Then he's still doing it all right on. You're like, all right, get it.
But even I do that.
It's good shit.
Even I do that. Even with like a water gun, I'll still just instinctively do that, and then I'm like, oh right, it's a water gun.
I do that with those with the trigger lighters. So you're like, oh yeah. Unless you're spinning it around your finger. I'm not going to shoot anybody with this. But you're like, you're just holding, you're like, oh, I don't need to do that. That's just fine.
Yeah, but no, I mean, it's not a bad thing to want to implement, but at the same time, you're going to spend more money doing that than just going, don't put your booger hook on the bang switch.
Yeah.
And again, no, and the whole thing is I understand, but this feels like a knee-jerk reaction that isn't actually thinking what the situation through. But I also get it too, because this is not the first time this kind of incident has happened in Hollywood. So obviously maybe the training that they are giving is not sticking with some of these people too.
Or they're just not paying the people who should be in control of those things to actually do it. They just
you didn't see any incidents on the John Wick sets, did you?
No. But I mean, in the Rust set, I'm either he was picking it up and he pulled the trigger because he was gripping it or did something stupid, or he laid it down real hard and the safety and the thing clicked off, especially if it's like a revolver or something. Those things are weak, and you can slam it down and it'll go off. It'll go off. Just like a shotgun, you hit the butt of a shotgun.
It is a period piece, so it most likely was truly a revolver.
So if that's the case, then he could have accidentally gone.
But again, they are doing a full investigation in this.
I wouldn't doubt it. And I mean, I'm pretty sure he's very shaken up by it too.
Oh no,
like he was, and
it's
been fucking him up. So, I can understand that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's a mixed.
It's helping with the lighting.
It's a mixed idea in my head. It's like, one, yes, I understand, and it's not a bad thing to do as a memorandum. Like, hey, like we won't use these anymore, and we'll fix it in post. But at the same time, you're not going to get the same acting, and you'll have to change the way you move your camera and all that stuff, which may not be that big of a deal. Maybe pretty easy.
What I understand is, even when they're pointing guns at people, it's all a trick of the eye, because they don't, even when it's loaded with blanks, they don't actually want you pointing a gun at somebody.
Yeah, they're like this, and the camera right now thinks I'm pointing a gun at you.
It looks pretty close.
Right. But what I'm actually doing is aiming over to your right side, and I have no intention of pushing anything. Yeah, I mean,
I got to point in front of you maybe a little bit. I'm trying to get the angle right on.
Yeah, I mean, if you have it to where it's just right, the angle will look.
Well, yeah, it's all movie magic, and that's what it's supposed to be. But yeah, even then, you still know that blanks can kill people.
Yeah, I'm never going to shoot somebody
randomly,
just for any reason, you know. But I'm pretty sure, like the John Wick set though, that was probably like legit, like just blink flashes, and they were actually like straight on aiming at people, you know.
Well.
But the weapon was probably either, you know, blocked or had some type of random recoil, maybe even electric. That would be good. Electric recoil.
I could see that.
Yeah, because I mean, I've
It's something for that. Yeah, for a training. I've seen training weapons like that.
yeah, where they have like the arcade ones.
Mhm.
The arcade ones have the electric recoil when you're pulling the trigger,
Mhm.
so that could always work and doing electric recoil.
Like I said, yeah, they may not be able to just do the rubber ducks. They might have to come up with something new that just does something like that. I'd be interested to see how they work around this. I like the idea, and I think if anybody's going to do it right, The Rock does like to use a lot of guns in his movies, so I have a feeling that he's going to figure out a way to make it look right.
I have put this out in the ether. Anybody who takes the electric recoil gun is now subject to copyright infringement because I have come up with the idea. You owe me millions of dollars.
Have you submitted it to the patent office?
Yes.
Oh well, then yeah, you're fucked.
Yes. Yes. I have.
Sorry, normal public, you are fucked. Yeah, he's gonna come to you, suing your ass. Speaking of suing your ass, I don't know.
You said my transitions are bad. So
People will sue Universal if James Cordon gets to be a part of this movie.
I'm not gonna sue him. So since like 2004, Universal's been trying to get a Wicked movie.
That's
produced.
it? Only since 2004? I figured like they've been wanting to do it longer than that.
The musical only hit Broadway in the early 2000s.
God, it always feels like it's been around longer than that.
Ish?
Yes.
Yeah? 2004-ish? So they finally have some casting. Ariana Grande as Glinda, Cynthia Ervio as Alphaba. It's going to be directed by John M. Chu, who did
Originally published 2003. Yeah, he's right.
Crazy Rich Asians. And the funny thing about it is like what he was mentioning was, so apparently people are so upset about James Corden's performances in Amazon Prime Cinderella,
Cats. It's mostly Cats.
Into the Woods.
No, actually, people defend his Into the Woods thing. He was good in Into the Woods, honestly. He was actually really good in that. But it's mostly Cats. It's
there's
mostly Cats.
a petition, and it already has, as the last I saw, about a little over 30,000 signatures for him to not be in this movie.
To not be involved in any way, shape, or form. Yes. Yeah, no. His Cats performance, like, you got to look up Andrew Lloyd Webber's tweets on the Cats movie. Like, apparently Andrew Lloyd Webber sat down and watched it during quarantine, and it was a bad time had by all.
Oh no. Overall though, I'm excited because Wicked is my favorite musical ever. And I've been wanting a live action
I guess my
movie
favorite
for
musical
this.
ever. They're never going to turn into a movie, so this is my second one, and I want to see this movie. I've been wanting to see this. I've been wanting them to do this as a movie for a long time.
What's your first that you want to be?
The Book of Mormon. I would love to see that in.
Yeah, I don't think they will.
I don't think it's going to happen. It is a Tony Award. It won all the fucking Tonys, but I just have a hard time seeing a studio actually going, yeah, let's make a movie out of this. Though again, they did make Team America World Police.
True.
It's a possibility, but
I would just love it if
we are Frozen.
Yeah, I know, that's why I paused.
Speaking of Frozen, I don't think Idina Menzel is going to be in this.
I would love it if they would get Aaron Tveit to be
Glinda?
Glinda?
Alphabet?
The guy that ends up being the Scarecrow. God, I'm blanking on his name. I'm terrible.
Scarecrow.
Because he was
doesn't have a brain.
He was in the Broadway and played that guy, so I thought that'd be cool.
I think Idina could still do it.
Oh, I mean, she could.
I'd still watch her, but they're gonna? But all right, that's a weird thing for me. So they already have, or they're already planning Ariana Grande as Glinda. It's Glinda at the beginning of it. It's Glinda at the end.
Glinda?
It's Glinda at the beginning.
Glinda?
Glinda.
Oh, it's not two G's?
Yeah.
Glinda?
No, it's not Glinda. It's Glinda.
Glinda.
You did it backwards, but that's okay.
What is it?
In the beginning, she wants to be Glinda, like just very smooth, and then by the end, she goes Glinda with a G.
I thought it was Glinda. I thought it was the other way around.
Anyway, what were you saying?
I don't know. I just think maybe it's weird, but Idina Menzel was
Alphaba,
and
Kristen Chenoweth,
was Glinda. I don't know anyone.
Glinda.
Yeah, she's super white. Kristen Chenoweth. There may not be a whiter person on the planet. She's at least up there, and Idina Menzel, obviously not. And they switched him on me.
What?
I don't know.
They switched them on you?
Ariana Grande's not white, but they're
So?
having her play Glinda. I'm just saying. But I think the other girl
Cynthia
is.
Erivo is black.
Oh, is she? Oh, I like it even better then. We're good. Ooh, how are they going to do the green on it, though?
I have no idea.
Body paint?
I'm looking forward to the makeup artistry on that.
Probably the same way they do it on Broadway.
It's already going to win an Oscar. There we go.
Jesus.
As long as it doesn't have James Corden in it.
Yeah, right?
Right. So who's Cynthia Erivo?
Erivo.
Who is that? I don't even know who that is. I got to look her up now. I didn't
No
know. I didn't
idea.
know about this. I didn't know that they had already had a casting for it.
Yeah, it was announced a couple days ago.
My favorite was my favorite musical was Family Opera.
The
Live action.
Phantom of the Opera. It's a
I
good.
liked it, yeah.
It's good. And again, Andrew Lloyd Webber.
Mm-hmm. And what was it? Rebo Genetic Opera. That was pretty good too.
Was that actually an opera?
Yeah.
They made that into a movie though, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Where's
I like the movie.
Where's her fucking? Well, I've wanted to see that. She's apparently in Bad Times at the El Royale. I wanted to see that. I didn't see that one though. What else is she in? She's apparently in The Boss Baby, Back in Business.
Moving on
Speaking of Boss Babies.
to live action things that
Here's
are
her
also
IMDb.
happening.
What?
I'm looking at her IMDb.
We're getting a live action remake of Snow White, and Gal Gadot has been cast as the evil queen. Or, well, at the time that I read the article, they were reaching out to her because they want to cast her as the evil queen. And Rachel Zegler, she plays the lead in West Side Story to be Snow
new
White.
one?
Yeah.
Who's all going to be the dwarves?
No, I don't know.
James Corden?
Yes.
You know what? Put him in that. That'll be fine. Like I could see him as like Doc or Dopey.
I was thinking
Dopey.
Happy.
I was thinking Dopey.
I'm thinking more Dopey than
Oh
Happy.
my god. I can't with you people.
There's nothing against James Corden, but
hey,
it's just funny to
he's
pick on him tonight.
He's really good in that. In like the 3 episodes of Doctor Who he's in
Yeah.
with Matt Smith.
Yeah. With Armageddon. The baby.
I want to see Gal
Stormageddon.
Gadot
That's it.
play
Stormageddon.
I think
Villain.
I'm gonna come off real racist this episode because this is the second time I'm saying something stupid like this, but it makes sense. So it's based on a German fairy tale about a girl named Snow White who has the palest complexion of anybody in the area, super black hair and super red lips, and she's now going to be played by, I believe, a Puerto Rican woman.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but
Colombian, sorry.
the
Colombian.
the
Half
person
Colombian.
that's playing Ariel in the live action Little Mermaid that's going to be coming out is a black girl.
Yeah, that's fine. Because again, Disney whitewashed that. In the original actual fairy tale of that, no one's ever made mention of what her color or skin is. Her name is Snow White because of how white her skin is.
This is true.
It's like, and that's why the evil queen is so jealous of her, is because of how porcelain her skin is. Because that was a huge major plot point in being of a higher class in Germany at the time. Was peasants were brown and rich people who got to stay indoors all the time were super, super pale.
And that's really racist.
It's super racist. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm just saying her name is Snow White because of how fair her complexion is.
Yes.
Well, maybe they just want to hire someone that can
Who's actually good?
sing
Yes, I have no
and
problem with
do
it.
the job
No,
instead of
they-
hiring Kristen Stewart.
No, they just didn't give a fuck about the fairy tale. They just were like, oh, let's just give a live adaptation of it and
Oh,
make
yeah.
it happen. And
I
that was
just-
it. That's all they cared about, just making money. They didn't care about the fucking fairy tale.
Like
They
I
didn't
said,
give it factually accurate.
they're not doing the source material. That's fine. But if they're just, I guess, if they're just gonna make the live action remake of the Disney cartoon, as long as I get to hear "Hi Ho," we're good.
Hi ho.
Good. There we go.
Hi ho, hi ho.
It's off to Slut I Go.
I can't deal with you this episode. Let's talk about something else.
Are there any others?
Dungeons Deep.
That's like the only song I actually remember from Snow White is "Hi Ho." There are other songs, right? That's kind of musically still, wasn't it?
The Wishing Well song
There's a Wishing Well song. I don't know that one.
Where she was singing?
in the beginning, yeah, when
Yeah.
she's going to wish into the well.
Yeah.
Hi Ho is the only like full length song, I guess you
Hi
could
Ho.
call it.
Yeah, but they did it once and then
There's
the rest
definitely-
of it was just them.
But also
whistling
that
it or
that
whatever.
was his first full length animated feature, so he hadn't gotten down the musical.
So you think they'll put in a couple more musical numbers?
They might, or they might not. Maybe there won't be any singing. Maybe it'll be like Mulan.
I think there could have been some singing in Mulan.
Well, there wasn't.
I know, it was sad. I think there could have been some singing in Mulan. I think they could have still done the movie the exact same way they did, but still put a couple songs in it. It would have been just okay. It would have been just fine.
I'm glad that they
They
didn't
didn't
though.
want to do that.
Like I said, I think they could have though, and it easily would have worked.
I'm sure, but I'm glad they didn't because I mean the cartoon was more so for that than anything else. And I think if you live adaptation something, a musical doesn't really resonate too well.
But I think
I mean-
but I think that's why like the Beauty and the Beast one worked because they had it from the musical movie into an actual Broadway musical.
Yeah.
Then into hey, let's take the Broadway musical basically and then adapt that into a live action movie.
yes.
So I think that's why that one worked really well actually. I think that one's been the best of their live action ones they've
Yeah, it
done.
wasn't bad.
Lion King wasn't bad either. It was
No.
weird because
You
it's
can't.
still not
It's
really
not
live
live action. It's
still not
CGI.
really it's still not really live action. It's still just a really really lifelike animated movie. But
The live action Lion King is just cats with James Corden.
no, James Corden's not in that. Seth Rogen is though.
Sorry.
Speaking of fat white boys,
Speaking of fat white boys, we got the final trailer for Ghostbusters Afterlife.
wait, there's a fat white boy in this. That's Paul Rudd. Paul Rudd is a god.
Dan Aykroyd has gotten pretty.
Dan Aykroyd's always been kind of chubby. And Bill Murray's gotten real old. I'm really interested to see what Peter Venkman looks like now because apparently Peter's
old.
back.
Old as fuck. Grandpa?
No, your grandpa's dead. Egon died a long time ago. Sadly, rest in peace, Harold Ramis. That motherfucker died way before his time and should have lasted longer because
It's his
he was
son
amazing.
doing this one.
Yeah, who's great too. But Harold Ramis he's the reason that Bill Murray's is as famous as he is today.
Well, it was Harold and Dan. They wrote that together.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. The reason Bill Murray is as famous as he is today is because of Stripes, which was written by Harold Ramis.
Oh. Sorry.
The only reason that the studio allowed Bill Murray to be in the Ghostbusters movie is because they're like, oh, he was with you in Stripes? Oh, that is a good movie. And Harold Ramis is like, yeah, I can control him. And they're like, okay, sure. And he's like, I can't actually do that. I just totally fucking lied.
They didn't even know if he was going to show up until the first day of filming.
They had not got confirmation that he was actually going to be there. Then first day of filming, he goes, all right, where are we at, guys? And they're like, oh, thank God.
But,
Oh,
but
yeah.
no, seriously though, like this one looks really good. We got a better look at the ghosts, I want to say, and they look like a lot better quality of the '80s version as opposed to what we got in the Lady remake.
The reboot one, yeah.
Yeah, like that was my one complaint about the Lady one they did. Like, I love Kate McKinnon.
Actually, I liked a lot of the parts of that movie, but you're right. The ghosts
Like Melissa McCarthy,
themselves still looked.
They looked like
they still
shit.
looked. They still looked as cheap and cheesy as they did in the '80s, but they looked
Well,
They look like they spent
didn't-
more money on them.
But that's the thing is, it wasn't even like it. They looked cheap and cheap. Did you see it at all?
Yeah.
Like it just looked like they were like, oh, we're gonna take a form and put fabric over it, and like it just didn't look. The one in the beginning, the lady in the mansion looked really good, but other than that, like they didn't look good to me, and like I like goofy, silly comedy, but it was just like
Over the top.
The Slimer the Slimer that they have in this new trailer looks fucking legit, and he also looks like he turns around and spits bullets back at them, and I'm
Or rocks or something.
I don't know what the fuck it was. I'm like, that's intense.
and then we got like the terror dogs, which again look like they took it out of the 80s.
But just cleaned it up a little bit.
Yeah, cleaned up those graphics and threw it like
Also, Paul Rudd's in it.
Yeah. It's Paul Rudd. That man doesn't age.
Seriously, he has not aged a day since Clueless. That freaks me out.
He's trying to throw us off on this one because he grew a beard.
He did mess me up a little bit. Also, I love the tiny Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
In the blender.
I'm excited for that scene. That scene's going to be great.
No, it's not in the movie.
Who's going to be the gatekeeper?
Probably Paul Rudd.
I don't think there is a gatekeeper and
I think hell just rips. I think hell just rips open.
You think just it like opens up?
I don't think there's going to be
that
Zord,
they kind
whatever the fucking
of
name is.
Yeah. Zordon, I think, or something.
Zordon. No, that's the guy from
Gozer.
Zordon's the guy from
Screwing me up.
Zordon's definitely
kinda-
the guy from Power Rangers.
They kind of allude to it a little bit in the trailer, but it kind of seems like the reason that Egon had bought that farm and everything is because he knew that something was going to happen and he was studying it.
And then he passed away and was not able to pass that knowledge on.
Yeah.
And then they find his notes and then they fix it.
Well, they don't find his notes. They find his equipment and
Right.
shit.
And
then
I'm pretty sure they're going to find his notes too.
Well, that's
And it's got the kid from
that's why the kid calls Ray.
Well, it's got the one kid from Stranger Things, and I don't know who the young girl is in it, but I'm excited. I already liked her acting just in the trailer. I think that's gonna be legit. She's giving us some real Egon vibes, and it's great.
Could be his granddaughter.
It is his granddaughter, but that's what I'm saying.
Like they're both supposed to be his grandkids.
Like her older brother is giving off like
Peter vibes.
Peter Venkman vibes, yeah. And he's like, okay, cool. Actually, he's really giving off, well, not Ray, the Winston vibes is really what he's giving off. He's like, I don't really want to be here.
I don't know if
I'm just here for the paycheck.
They're just gonna leave it up to like surprise when the movie comes out. But I thought that Ernie Hudson was supposed to be in this.
I hope he is. I really hope he is.
Because I could have sworn when I looked it up on IMDb
because he's gotten
all
screwed on so many things. I liked Ernie Hudson too.
Now I must know. Hold on.
I really hope Ernie Hudson is actually in this movie because that would make me really.
Because
happy.
Annie Potts is in it.
Well, yeah, I love her. She's still hot. Like she still looks good. She can get it.
Let's see.
Now I know that sadly, Rick Moranis won't show up because he just doesn't act anymore. But even Rick Moranis might show up. Yeah, it says Ernie Hudson as Dr. Winston. Did he go back to college afterwards?
Maybe.
It says Dr. Winston Zeddemore.
It sure does.
He was not doctor in the original Ghostbusters.
Sigourney Weaver's coming back.
I like Sigourney. I do like me some Sigourney. Does she think she's going to be married to Peter?
I hope so.
Or she's just going to end up being like the actual conduit again.
Well, I think whatever is going on is like I like
Annie Potts. I love her. She's great.
Inanimate object conduit.
Yeah.
Inanimate. I don't think it's a person this
Well, I
time.
mean, in the trailer, you did see like the entire
Mr. Gruberson.
gate again.
Yeah.
Paul Rudd's name is Mr. Gruberson. His character's name is Mr. Gruberson.
He might be a teacher.
He's gonna have to be like their high school teacher or something like that. That's gonna be like, hey, you gotta get your shit together, little Egon.
Well, I believe
What's Egon's last name?
Spangler.
Spangler. There we go. It's just Do Ray Egon.
Do Ray
Egon.
Egon. I can't wait.
Nerds.
Egon was always my favorite.
So
I'm
I got
sorry.
him.
Egon was the
I got
best.
him, of course, because you're a nerd.
Egon's the best. Fuck you. He makes the toaster dance.
Peter
In the
Rickle is
second
my
one.
favorite.
Yeah, because you're kind of a dick. I think you would try and trick women into having sex with you with your psychic powers.
Yeah, you choke on your own bullshit.
I got him to start watching that show Ghosts I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking funny.
I can't wait until we get to the episode where a couple of the ghosts watch Ghostbusters. Anyway,
I'm down for it.
I digress.
The new Ghostbusters movie. Let's go watch it. When's it come out again?
November
29th or something like that?
4th or something? 24th, 29th, something like
28th.
that. It comes out this month.
This month.
This month.
The 28th.
This month. I was literally
Ghost-
just looking at it too.
Ghostbusters. Ghostbusters. When do you come out, you dirty whore?
Hey Google, when does Ghostbusters Afterlife come out?
Copyright.
In the United States of America, Ghostbusters Afterlife comes out on November 19th.
Oh, it's a dude?
Thank you, Google. My Google's a dude. His Google's a lady.
Wait, how have these people already seen this?
Probably the
I'm
reviewers.
here to help.
Let's see. Hey, Google. Say my name.
To help with that, I need to know who I'm talking to. If you want to teach me your voice, use your phone's camera to scan the QR code on the screen.
Hey, Google. Say my name.
Oh, apparently some people got to see early screenings in.
Did you just hear it? It just called him Zach.
What?
Oh,
So
How'd that happen?
check this out. Watch this. Watch.
Hold on. So earlier, when I was in the kitchen doing something, and the thing comes up, and it goes,
It notified me.
Good evening, Zach. Your commute to work is 11 minutes and going on. And he's like, oh, Zach's on his way home. And I go, I think the Google thinks you're Zach.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. But no, I tried to voice mimic just a high pitch and a low pitch. It's like, hey, Google, say my name.
Sorry, try asking
Damn
again.
it. It was like a guy voice, and then it went. I said it in the deep voice, and it's like, your name is Zach.
That's creepy.
Yeah, it's very weird.
Hey Google, say my name.
Your name is Zach.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
Yeah, baby, I know it.
Hey, Google, say my name.
To help with that, I need to know who I'm talking to.
Fuck you, Google.
Hey.
You did it last. It's on the recording. I did it for real. It worked.
Okay, I believe you. I believe you, sort of. Now, have we wasted enough time?
I believe so, yes. I got the answer you were seeking. November 19th.
November
it's in 10
19th.
days.
That's close.
Well, 10 days of this recording.
That's close.
Um,
It'll be 1 week from when this actually airs.
Speaking of recordings, Gamers Corner will be out on Saturday.
This will be out on Friday.
Drubbits will be up on Sunday. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want a dose of silliness and watch these boys sing the Misty Mountain song from Lord of the Rings, go subscribe to our Patreon at any tier. Just $5 will get you access to that. And until next time, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
This is the end of our episode.
Hey, so the 8-Bit Cat Show's not just about cats. It's also about a bunch of nerdy shit that we're talking about all the time. So please support us on Patreon so that we can get an actual cat.